damn phones. Babylons can't crack the code.
Welcome back. I really like these seats. They're actually pretty comfortable. I think when I change them out, I'll make this into a couch or something for the garage. I think that'd be pretty cool. Today, we're going to be getting these seats back in. I'm going to clean the bottom of them off. Just because they're, they came out of the dirty car, so I want to make sure they're clean when I put them back in there. I'll show you what the bottom looks like. I'm not going to do too much to it, just wipe it off and get it clean. We're also going to have some fun. This will probably be the most fun video for me because I get to bang on stuff. Get those fenders out and see if we can get the headlights in. It might be, longer than this video can do, but today we're going to start on. As I'm looking around, there's something else that I want to do first. My garage is yet again messy. Tools laying around, caps not on the bottles, Mr. Helper bleeder valve laying out. I've got boxes back here, wipes out, stuff that I've left from the car when I pulled it out. And then if you look over here, I built a trash pile on the floor, trash hanging up. My workbench looks like crap. I don't like having a dirty workplace. So let's see if I can do something about that. That wasn't so bad. Got everything cleaned up. I have a clean workspace now. The tools are in their place. Everything's accounted for. Even drained out all my oil. Got that area cleaned up. My oil ready to go to my local auto parts store. I keep it separate from everything so I know it's used. No tools laying on the floor. I'm gonna clean up that back area, but not today. So I think with that being said, with everything being put up, we can try to get these seats in. Like I said, there's not too much I can do on these seats on the bottom. I wiped them down. I'm just gonna brush them off. Or I'm going to wipe them down and just brush them off. There's not too much cleaning I can do on the bottom of these seats. I'm not gonna sand all this stuff down and repaint it. I'm just gonna brush it off and get it nice and presentable. That's good enough for me. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do too much for these seats, just brush them off real quick. And now I can throw them in. Done. I'm really happy with the way this interior looks right now for being such an old car. And, only just me cleaning it up real quickly. I'm happy with the way it looks so far. It doesn't look bad at all. So I opened the driver's side to put the seat in, and I found these on my floor. This is the little piece that they have, that the button I was talking about for the brake. This one I believe is for the clutch. This is just a little plastic piece, and all these little bits. I guess it's kind of like a push pin. It just pushes in there. Clearly this one was brittle too. As I was pumping the clutch, I must have broke it. So I'll throw in another bolt there. I could probably go without it because all it is saying is that my clutch is depressed so I could start the car. But with this, without this, technically you can start the car in gear, which isn't good. So for safety reasons, I'll put a bolt in this spot as well. I went ahead and put the driver's seat in off camera. It's just 4 bolts. I don't want to bore you all too much. So now I think we can finally bang on stuff. This is going to be my favorite part. You see here that that's bent up there. So I think what I need to do is get this piece to come out a little bit this way. And I yanked on it and pulled on it. I think that I can use some vice grips and kind of bang it out. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that piece. And if you look at the frame here, it doesn't look crooked. It looks like it's supposed to come out, but I'm sure I'm going to have to do something here. How I'm going to measure it is I'm just going to bend it to fit the new headlights. That's going to be my go-by. And for this side, I'll just pull that around. I'm not too worried about that. But first, I think I'm going to have to take this fuse box off so that I can hit in here with a hammer. Now there's also a sensor there. I want to make sure I take off, get all this wiring out of the way, set it aside, and then start hammering away. Hopefully I can straighten this out a little bit. I would really love some ratcheting crescent wrenches. That would just be awesome. Getting these bolts out, having to take it off, put it back on, it's just not fun. That opened up a nice place for me to get a hammer in there and bang on. We'll see how this goes. So yeah, just after a few whacks, I think that's gonna work. Like I said, this isn't gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna work on this and see if I can get it. I need to get my hammer a little bit lower, so I'm gonna remove this bracket also. So I'm not like a professional body worker or anything. I'm just banging until I think it looks right, which, you know, that looks like shit. Right now I don't have the ability to cut this out and weld in a new piece or anything, and they don't sell this bracket anymore. So I'm just gonna try to bend it back best I can. What I'm doing is looking at the other side and trying to get it as straight as possible. As you can see, this other side is bent in too. This should, it's funny, this one's gonna have to come in and that one's gonna have to come out. But I'm just gonna try to match this line where I think it should be. Like I said, I'll bend that out also. But the hardest part is gonna be lining up these two pieces. They're lined up over here, at least, they're lined up, at least one of them is. You can't really see it, but there's a bolt in there. I might even pull this piece up just so I can get a better view of what it looks like on this right side. And then I'll just keep banging and prying over here. So I was editing this video and it looks like I forgot to close it out. I did fix the fender, or at least I got it fixed enough to where the fender will fit on the body now. I just have this fender hanging on. It's not mounted, but as you can see, when it is on, this hole lines up here. I can get a bolt in there. I can also get a bolt in here. And when it comes time, I'll put two bolts in here. I'll bend this over to where I can mount this bolt hole with this hole, and there's another bolt that I can fit in this hole and mount up with the frame. If I take the fender off, you can see that that does look in line. This is just the only area here where we're not in line. I bent and banged on this as much as I could, but I just couldn't get this piece to come over as far to line up with these holes, which I'm not too worried about. When it comes time to mount everything onto the car, I'll just mount these bolts where I can and bend them to fit the fender. And if you notice, this video is coming after the engine's already out, but I just wanted to show you this here, that I did bend this back in place and we are in line as good as we can be. I'll have to buy a new fender for the left side or driver's side because you can see this is bent up here, which I'm not too worried about. It looks like all the bolts are still in place and nothing's bent out of place on this side of the fender. It's only 3 bolts and all of that's in place. If I get a new fender on there, I think it'll take care of this bend here. I tried to bend this out with the vice grip. It didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I'll just replace this entire fender. Not a big deal. I think they're like $100 off eBay. So that's gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll have more videos coming. I just took some time off because I was moving, so please stick with me and we'll get you some more videos.
Rob Stone, 2 damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code.